Hey guys, this is Diggles here, and I'm back with another SkillCat video. I'm sorry for the long delay in the videos. I just moved into college, and my college has a bandwidth limit on uploading things, so I wasn't able to upload my videos. But hopefully I'm back in action, and I'll start making videos more. In this video, I'll be playing a Shaman instead of a Druid in the comp of Warrior, Frostmage, Resto Shaman. It's a very unique comp. You're not going to see a lot of people running it, but it's actually very good if you play it right. It relies a lot on CC and coordination, which a lot of comps do, but it's a little more hectic in this comp because Warriors aren't really in a great spot right now, and you probably could use a DK, but we use a Warrior, so it works out pretty well. Well, let's go over the general tips. Okay, so pretty much in this comp, you want to swap around a lot. Like, I know most comps in Cataclysm now, it's better just to train targets down to the ground until they eventually die, but in this comp it actually helps a lot when you swap around, usually when you have a defreeze or throwdown up. It's also helpful that you guys coordinate that out and swap around a lot. Whenever someone pops a cooldown, you swap to the other target, keep putting pressure on it, drop that low, swap back to the other one, and just do massive pressure to the whole team. Also, you want to coordinate with the mage so you can interrupt. Pretty much, as a shaman, you have wind shear, right, on a 6-second cooldown. You want to make sure that you're not wind shearing when the mage has spell lock up, and vice versa. Like, you want to make sure that you're not wind shearing when he has CS up, because you're gonna overlap that CC and waste the cooldown, and then the mage is gonna, wherever caster's gonna get the cast off. So you have to coordinate with the mage in the beginning, who he has his focus on, who he's interrupting, and who you have your focus on, and who you're interrupting. I mean, I know you can CS and shock more than one target, because obviously you want to do that. You don't just want to shock your focus, but it's good to know who's interrupting what and what you can interrupt. You want to position yourself well to avoid CC. Pretty much you want to always play by a pillar as a shaman, always. Like, I always stay right by the boxes on Dalaran or behind the LOS pretty much, so I can dip in and out, throw Riptides up, throw a quick healing surge out, run back behind the pillar, throw a shock out, throw a hex out, run back. That's the way I can avoid CC, because this comp isn't very forgiving, so if you get put into CC, it's pretty much GG, you will lose the game. You don't want to overlap defensive cooldowns. That includes Spirit Link, NS, Ice Block, Shield Wall, and Rage Regen. You don't want to, if your warrior's dying and you're like, I'm NSing you, you don't want your warrior to like Shield Wall. You want to make sure you guys save your cooldowns, because like I said earlier, this comp isn't very forgiving. You want to make sure you guys save your cooldowns for when one of you CC'd. So for example, if the shaman gets put into a polymorph, the warrior can then Shield Wall instead of overlapping the Ice Block and the NS. You don't want to do that. You want to keep all your cooldowns as long as possible so you can use them. But without further ado, let's get into the clips of the first game. Okay, in this first clip I'll be showing you guys WMS versus the Jungle Cleave, which is a pretty popular comp nowadays. It's Hunter, Feral, X, any healer. Off the bat, I decided to go to the boxes and throw my totems down in a good spot so I can set up pretty nicely. My mage polys the paladin out of Invis, and we decided to go on the Hunter very hard. Now my priority in the beginning is to keep my warrior dispelled out of the entrapment roots that the Hunter provides, and keep my mage topped off, as most Jungle Cleaves decide to go for Frost Mages because they do insane amount of damage. As you can see, 8 is Silent Shot, but I'm able to line of sight the Hunter because I know he wants to trap me. I want to play by this box the whole game, because if I play by the boxes, the Hunter's going to have to come out of position to land traps. You force an early deterrent, because we're doing pretty good pressure to him, and my mage is doing a pretty good job of CCing the paladin with defreezes, silences. My warrior chains a fear out of a defreeze, and we're doing pretty good damage. The warrior eats a trap behind the box, and I know that's not a good idea to push up behind there because I want to keep my position. They're not doing much damage to my mage, so I want to stay back and avoid as much CC as possible. Pretty much here we're doing big damage to the Hunter and just trying to stay alive and not take any damage. As you can see here, I'm still staying back, and I noticed that Druid still has instant Cyclone proc, so I'm trying to throw down Grounded Tone as much as possible to see if I can ground his Cyclones. As you can see, the other team's not doing very much damage, and my mana is pretty high for healing through a Jungle Cleave. So I'm still staying by the boxes, and we're trying to do as much damage as possible to the Hunter by training them the whole game, because Ferals aren't very good viable target. I know we said we swap a lot, but against a Feral team, Ferals don't die anymore. They have too many bear cooldowns to go through, and it's just impossible. Better just to keep your warrior mobile and do as much damage to the Hunter as possible. Now I paused the clip here just to show you exactly what I mean, how positioning is so important. As you can see, the whole game I haven't really eaten much CC besides one Silent Shot, but by playing by this box, I'm able to avoid all CC that the Hunter provides, and I'm able to keep my mage completely topped off the entire game without him being in danger of dying. Here the hunter lands his first trap of the game. My warrior tries to get it, but he's just out of range, so I eat the full trap. Now they go really hard on my mage here, but he does a very good job, as you can see, of line of sighting all their damage. Now that both my mage and I are line of sighting, they decide to go super hard on my warrior and do a lot of damage into him. I eat a silent shot here on my heal, and my warrior drops to about 40%. I'm able to throw grounding down because I know I want to avoid that cyclone coming in, and I'm able to do a big heal into my warrior because I'm avoiding the traps from the hunter and top him off. I paused the clip here to show exactly what's going on. As you can see right in front of me, the paladin is sprinting into me with wings up, and I know what he's trying to do. He wants to hodge me. So I call out to my mage that the paladin's trying to hodge, and I have no grounding down because I was using it for the cyclone. So he immediately blanket silences the paladin so that he's not able to cast hodge. This is the type of communication you need to win the game. Because the paladin's hodge was stopped, he wasn't healing his hunter, and he had to blow a second deterrence. Now the paladin ran into the open, he eats a hex from me and a poly, and he has to bubble. Now, he put himself in a bad spot, and we're able to get the kill here shortly on the hunter. The clip is against a Shadow Play on Ring of Valor, and Shadow Play is a pretty common comp nowadays, and probably one of the top comps in the game. Off the bat, we decided we're going to go for the Shadow Priest, so I immediately set the Warlock to focus, since I know that they're going to be on the Shadow Priest. He's not going to be casting very much with a Warrior on him, so I want to throw my shocks on the Warlock to stop as many UAs and Fears as possible. Once again, they decide to go on my warrior, so I try to keep him clean. And whenever you have whenever your team's topped off and you're playing a Shadow Play as a shaman, you want to make sure you sit there and drop a Stone Claw first and spam the spell all the dots off. Even get the UA. It doesn't even matter. You want to get the dots off as much as possible so they don't do any damage. Starting off pretty well here. We're doing pretty good damage to the Shadow Priest, and I'm keeping my warrior pretty cleaned up with the dots. I'm staying max range of the Warlock and the Shadow Priest to avoid all fears. I want to be able to avoid the AoE. I don't want to be in there on top of them, so I get AoE fear. That's the worst right there. You want to save your Tremor for whenever it's possible. Let me see. I eat a full spell out here, but it's no big deal. My warrior has no dots on him, and we're doing pretty good pressure. So, and that's good that they use the CS on me instead of the mage, so he's able to get good cast out. My mage is able to land a full sheep on the shaman here. Pause it here to show that my warrior gets bursted down to about 40%, and we're doing pretty good damage to the Shadow Priest still, and I want to keep him offensive as possible, because if we go defensive against the Shadow Play, it's pretty much game over. So I call out that I'm Nature Swiftnessing him, and I'm able to top him back to a pretty good amount of life. This is so he doesn't shield wall or do anything like that, so he's able to keep doing as much damage as possible, and we're able to put them on the defensive end here and burst the Shadow Priest down and end up scoring a kill. Top my warrior off. He's able to still be doing good pressure to the Shadow Priest. My warrior hits him pretty hard here, and my mage has the shaman and the polymorph. Shadow Priest disperses at about 3 HP, but my mage does a great job of blanket silencing the shaman before he's able to heal him. My warrior throwdowns out of the blanket silence, and I throw a hex into him. This is so we can win the game. Alright, in this clip, this is against a PhD, which is also a very common comp. They start off with my warrior in, and I'm trying to do as much damage to him as possible. But as you can see, I'm located right behind the pillar, and they're not going to be able to get any CC on me unless I come out. I'm playing by the pillar, just trying to avoid as much CC as possible. And they're on my mage pretty hard here, and he's doing a pretty good job of line of sighting. We're on the Death Knight in this comp, and we're doing pretty good damage. The Hunter tries to trap me here, but the Death Knight was dumb and threw a Chains of Ice on me, so I had a disease on me, so I wasn't able to be trapped, which is pretty lucky there. My mage is taking pretty heavy damage here, and I'm doing my best to keep him up. String a lid here, but I do a good job of line of sighting, so I'm able to avoid every other CC they put me into. My mage is taking heavy damage. I'm trying to kite around the pillar here. He gets gripped back into the line of sight, but I'm able to top him off as I call out that I have him, and I blow my NS so he doesn't waste an ice block. I top him off, and my warrior and mage are doing insane damage to the DK, but the paladin uses heavy paladin things and tops the DK off in 2 globals. I eat a full hodge here, and I tell my mage to be careful because I don't want him getting globaled here. So now that the fight has moved over to my side of the pillar, I think it's a good idea to reposition. I move to the other side of the pillar so the hunter and the paladin are both out of line of sight of me, and I'm able to throw my mage a big heal and top him off. Their DK is dipping really low, and I need a scatter trap here, but as you can see I have a grounding totem down. I hope you guys enjoyed my second video for skillcap.com. I'm looking forward to making more videos in the future. As always, leave all questions and comments below, and I will get back to them as soon as possible. I'll also leave you the characters that I was playing with armories below, so you can check out their gear, enchants, and glyphs. Thank you.